Imagine you're thinking about a childhood friend or see their picture, and by chance, you happen to run into them on the very same day. Or perhaps you're singing a song, and when you turn on your car radio, coincidentally, it's playing that exact song. These are not just chance events, but glimpses of synchronicity intertwining with our existence. Join me as we explore the profound mysteries of synchronicity in our everyday experiences. Have you ever experienced something that felt like more than just coincidence? That's synchronicity, a fancy word for meaningful connections in life. It's like the universe winking at you, saying, "Hey, I got your back." Stay tuned to explore how these special moments shape our journey. Allow us to take a unique and fresh look at the phenomenon of synchronicity and the lessons we can learn from it.
In the name of the Lord of life and wisdom. The phenomenon of synchronicity is an interesting and highly regarded phenomenon that today researchers around the world pay special attention to. Allow us to take a unique and fresh look at the phenomenon of synchronicity and the points we can learn from it. One of the important pillars in the field of synchronicity is intuitive observation. The individual moves from the perspective of the five senses, and from the knowledge gained through the five senses moves and advances towards a kind of intuitive observation. What is intuitive observation? Allow us to carefully examine one of the poems of Sohrab Sepehri, who is one of the pioneering intuitive poets of Persian literature. Sohrab says, "Let's not abuse moonshine if we suffer from fever. Occasionally, I have observed the moon descending during fever and reaching the hand of the roof of heaven. I have noticed the goldfinch singing better. Sometimes the wound beneath my foot has taught the ups and downs of earth. Sometimes in my sickbed the dimension of the rose has multiplied, and the diameter of orange has increased, the radius of lantern too. And let's not fear death. Death is not the end of pigeon. Death is not the cricket's inversion. Death flows in the mind of acacia. Death dwells in the pleasant climate of mind. Death speaks of morning within the nature of village night. Death comes into the mouth with a bunch of grapes. Death sings in red larynx of throat. Death is responsible for the beauty of butterfly's wing." In this very beautiful poem, we see that the poet seeks beauty not in the face but inside the phenomena, and considers intuition a step in understanding the beauties of existence. Sepehri is one of those who has manifested intuition and abstract understanding of phenomena in his works, and he does not know beauty except the direct understanding of phenomena. He uses various platforms such as conditional language, paradox, and sense mixing, sleep and dream, poetry and art to express his intuitive experiences. And in a way, he moves towards symbolism in which aesthetic intuition is perceptible. He even sees phenomena such as death, sorrow, and sadness, and apparently ugly phenomena as beautiful, which in its own way is a new look in the field of aesthetics. Based on this, we know that humans can understand things through their intuition that they cannot comprehend through reason, logic, and the five senses. However, in some societies and cultures, anything that cannot be understood and judged through the five senses is considered of little value or is called pseudoscience. What does the phenomenon of synchronicity tell us? The greatest value of synchronicities lies in the meanings we derive from events, principles that have found their way into our lives through the window of perception, allowing us to find a path to the heart that aligns our lives with the universe. An interesting point to add about synchronicity is that when you become attuned to existence, within this harmony lies a hidden secret, the mystery of simultaneous events. Suddenly, you realize that events are taking shape around you that are very much related to each other, or are complementary, or had to happen at the same time and in the same place, and human life is full of such memories. A person who intends to continue studying chemistry and does not know whether to do this or not opens the radio on his car route, and simultaneously a life story is broadcast of someone who has studied chemistry but has reached a high rank in literature and writing. So he finds his own path too. These synchronicities are amazing and open a new horizon of our connection with the universe. Jane Shinoda Bolen, an American psychologist, psychiatrist, and writer, defines synchronicity in her book, We Are All Miracles, as follows. If we have a hopeful view of life based on the fact that what we do with our life is important and meaningful, and if we act with a unity of hope, courage, and compassion when faced with difficulties, God's intervention comes to our aid and shows us the way. The way God intervenes, in Jean Shinoda Bolen's words, reminds us that a smart thought in the universe is watching to do things, and if we allow it, it becomes active from the moment we allow it. And this activation, in Jung's language and literature and in contemporary psychology literature, we call synchronicity. Let's try to move towards synchronicity to perceive the beauties and subtleties of the universe more than before.
Danesh Media Update Idea.